Hey guys, so I have not bought you guys a mortgage update, like a kind of mortgage 101 update in a minute. So I am going to give you another quick update. Today I have recorded I think 2 other videos, so it's lots of stuff available for you guys to watch. So please check out my channel for like my house vlog videos and the peeks into my house. I think you guys will really enjoy it. But back to what this is about. So this is about the mortgage. So when you start getting your mortgage, after you have picked out your banker and everything, one of the important things to do is to find yourself a home insurance quote. So a lot of times when you get a mortgage, you will be required to have a homeowner's quote when you start doing the paperwork to close. And that is because a lot of mortgage companies, they will set up an escrow account for your homeowners insurance. So basically what the escrow account is so when you get homeowners insurance, you have to pay it, I believe, annually, but like a lot of places now, they don't force you to do that. You can pay like an extra $1 a premium per month or whatever to like do a semi-annual plan, a monthly plan, whatever. A lot of them will work with you on that, but they set up an escrow account. So instead of you personally paying the money for like that homeowners insurance, the insurance company will be cutting that check for you to make sure it's paid up, because basically they want to guarantee that if something were to happen, their investment is protected. Because just like you, if something happens, they are exposed to risk, because if your house burns down, you're not going to pay back a mortgage for a house that you no longer have. You can be like, forget y'all, come for me if you want to, but I ain't paying for it. So that's the reason why they are paying it, so that they can protect the bank's asset, which is really beneficial to you, because you obviously should protect your own asset, because the house costs a lot of money, so you don't want to set yourself up for failure on that. But anywho, so when you are looking for a insurance quote, it's just as complicated as looking for a mortgage broker. You have to, but on this one, it's a little bit more complicated, because you really have to figure out what kind of coverage you want, and apparently it's lots of different coverages. You have to figure out what kind of premium you want, and you also have to find an insurance agent. So just because you want to go with Geico doesn't mean you know who you want to work with, because insurance, that's just as important, because you want to find somebody who will be available to you, and be understanding, compassionate, and willing to work with you in the event that something happens. So you want to make sure that when you are looking for someone, that number one, they are able to answer all your questions. They are able to fully explain to you your coverage. You should know exactly what is covered when you get that homeowner's quote. And then you want somebody who overall is, a pleasant person, because they're going to get commission off this. You aren't paying them directly, but you are at the same time. So you kind of want to follow some of the same tips that I gave you about finding a mortgage broker. You want to talk with that person. You want to make sure you find someone you feel really comfortable with. And what I was looking for when I was searching, and you do want to shop around for the price, because in this case you do have some wiggle room with who you want to work with. Your bank may require you to cover certain things, there may be certain requirements, but for the most part, as long as you cover the full value of whatever your mortgage is, so whatever loan you take out. So if I take out $100,000 loan, then the bank will require you to at least have $100,000 worth of coverage on your house, because at the end of the day, what they care about is not so much about protecting your house, but it's about how they're going to get back that money if something does happen. So you want to go with somebody who is able to really help you figure out the best stuff, and you don't want somebody who's going to just be like, well, what does the bank require you to have, and what's the price you're trying to hit. You want somebody who's actually interested in finding out what you want. If something happens to your house, do you want to replace the house? You want to repair it, replace it, whatever? Or do you just want the money? Do you just want the money so you can just start over somewhere else and just be like, I'm done with this? Do you want the kind of coverage where it's just if some kind of natural disaster happens to your house, it's covered, or if something you can't control happens? Or do you want coverage whereas if for whatever reason something happens inside your house, you have a power surge and all your devices stop working because your outlets fried everything? Do you want to be able to replace it? Those are the kind of questions you have to ask yourself. You have to figure out what it is that is important to you to cover. Then you have to figure out how much are you willing to pay. Then you have to figure out once you figure that out, then you have to figure out what company do you want to go with, because each company is going to have something different. They're going to have some kind of different thing that they say makes them better than the next, but that's not always true. You really don't know until you really look into it. And so that is all very important when trying to figure out what like insurance agency and agent you want to work with, because you could decide that, yeah, I definitely love Country Financial, or I definitely love Geico, or I definitely love, you know, State Farm or whoever, or Allstate, but you might like the person you reach out to, especially if you don't like specifically know an agent, the person you reach out to, they might not be a good insurance agent, but you could be like, dang, you know what they offered was really good, but like when I called them on the phone, they had a terrible attitude. Well, you don't have, you can still get Geico or whoever you choose and not work with that person. You could just, you know, take the basic quote that they gave you and then approach a different agent and say, hey, I was really interested in this particular product. I was working with someone else, but I just didn't care for that experience, and so I was wondering if you would work with me, and go from there. So it's all really complicated, but then once you have that quote, then you are ready basically to kind of give that to your insurance person. And then what will happen at that point is then whoever you chose to go with, they'll start the paperwork and work with your mortgage banker to kind of get that started and to get that escrow account set up. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, please do feel free to comment below, and I will try to help you as best as I can. I hope that you like this video, as well as subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.